have my pledge. Unlike in the past, when you stood up and did what was right, this governor will not pull the rug out from underneath you. Make no mistake about it. I will sign strong pension and benefit reform bills, and I will do it as soon as you send them to my desk. But until that reform is enacted, we cannot, in good conscience, fund a system that is out of control, bankrupting our state and its people, and making promises it cannot meet in the long term. Now, the biggest category of reductions will likely be the most controversial. School aid is a large portion of New Jersey's budget, especially of the amount which has not yet been spent in fiscal year 2010. So we cannot put our budget in balance without putting some school aid in reserve. And we are not alone. Other states have been required to do the same. The previous administration severely underestimated our budget gap, and it proposed to reserve some $230 million in school aid. Yet it never offered a legislative solution to achieve this number, never took executive action to do it, and once again left important business unfinished. I am implementing a solution which ensures that every school district has the resources to provide a thorough and efficient education to its students. Our solution does not take one penny from an approved school instructional budget. It does not take one dime out of the classroom. Not one textbook will be left unbought. Not one teacher will be laid off. Not one child's education will be compromised for 1 minute. And not $1 of new property taxes will be needed. Now, the union protectors of the status quo will claim otherwise. And once again, they will be proven to be both self-interested and wrong. Many school districts in New Jersey have surpluses that were not a part of their fiscal year 2010 budget. This is because they were either not anticipated, so-called excess surpluses, or placed in a reserve account, so-called reserve surpluses. I am reducing school aid in a way that ensures no district will have aid withheld in an amount that is greater than its surpluses. To some, an across-the-board reduction of a fixed percentage of school aid may seem more fair. But because some districts rely so heavily on state aid, this may affect their ability to provide the required thorough and efficient education to their students. And this approach would likely throw some districts into a deficit situation. We have not reduced school aid with an axe. We have done it with a scalpel and with great care. The total amount of aid to be withheld is $475 million. I know this solution will not be popular. More than 500 school districts will be affected, and more than 100 districts will lose all state aid for the remainder of the year. But action is required. It is late in the fiscal year. The irresponsible budgeting of the past, coupled with failed tax policies which lie like a heavy wet blanket suffocating tax revenues and job growth, have required these extraordinary steps. And despite this bold action, remember, we have not taken one dime from classroom instruction and not forced 1 penny of increase in property taxes. And let me repeat that so you all hear it. Every dollar in every school budget approved in every school district across the state remains intact. Suburban districts will sacrifice. Urban districts will sacrifice. Rural districts will sacrifice. Some, both inside and outside this chamber, will urge you to retreat to the corner and protect your own piece of turf. Our state is in crisis, and our people are hurting. Now is the time when we all must resist the traditional, selfish call to protect your own turf at the cost of our entire state. It is time to leave the corner, join the sacrifice, come to the center of the room, and be part of the solution. I urge all of us to come to the center of the room voluntarily, to stand up to the special interests, and to fix our broken state together. For those who continue to defend the old ways of selfishly protecting turf, who stay in that corner, defending parochial interests, please be on notice. People of goodwill who want a better and stronger New Jersey will band together to come into those corners and drag you into the center of the room to make sure our state can once again be the place we know it can be.